Today, we'll show you how to build each one of these items. These minecarts can roll back and forth and tip their buckets. You can put minifigures or presents or coal in the buckets. Anything you want, really. Now, some substitute parts you can use if you don't have all of these pieces. Window frames can be used instead of the train frame we used here. We just used the train frame because of its color. If you don't have enough of these black bars, you can have some of these pieces. And you can use pieces in different colors too, if you have enough of them. Something you could do if you only have 4 of this piece in one color and the 2 in another. You can make these bottom 2 one color and these 4 up here a different color. Or even a different kind of piece. This turret has 6 possible missiles, and 3 legs for stability. It can also point in almost every direction, almost half a sphere, because it can rotate completely around and change elevation very significantly. This is the extreme most up position, and if it were on a hill, facing downwards, this is the extreme most down position. These turrets are very nice because they're built out of pieces we happen to have a lot of, which meant we could build several. It's important to pick pieces that are common when designing a build that you want lots of. Using these popcorn pieces makes it look like their turrets are shooting their missiles off. Here's how to do it. These popcorn pieces have an end on the top. They have kind of 4 spheres. And you can take one of the missiles and put it onto the outermost sphere. And it's not totally stable, but it holds pretty well usually. And so then what you can do is do it like that, and it looks like the turret is firing off one of its missiles. And you can attach popcorn to other popcorn to make it look like they're longer missile trails. You can get them very, very long, but just for demonstration purposes, here's what it looks like with the turret firing 3 of its missiles. And what's cool about this is the popcorn pieces are very posable, so if you wanted, they could fly every which direction. The missiles could. This is extreme, and might not look very good, but this gets the point across. It's very easy to pose these missiles, and give them direction, or make them appear heavier by being more influenced by gravity, for example. You could pull them down this way, and then it makes them look heavier, because their arc is curving downwards, like a real missiles would. This is the bomb that Santa planted by the presents, so that if he couldn't have them, nobody else could. This is a fairly simple build, using a candy cane type pattern, with red, white, and then red again. And then it has dynamite on all four sides, to show that it's very explosive. The radar dish is hooked on using a clip, one of these seat pieces, and then the radar dish itself is a lightsaber piece in silver and a white dish. This is what a typical present might look like. You can use all sorts of color schemes, but personally I would recommend having at least one of the colors white, because in my opinion those presents tend to look better. This white color could be inside or outside, for example, but I think either one of these presents looks better than, perhaps, this one, where it's two cool colors, or this one, where it's two warm colors. Even mixing cool and warm doesn't always look great, as in this example. But they do for the purposes of the video. There's lots of them, and people don't pay too much attention to them. These are my favorite kinds, though, where they have the white stripe on the inside. The presents are 2 studs by 3 studs in size. And so there's a 2x3 plate on the inside here. And then the rest of the bricks are just 1x2 plates. On the top here, we have flat part, and then flat with a single stud. And that's to hold on the top. And we used a bunch of letters addressed to Harry Potter for the tops. This is Santa's minigun. Santa carried this around, and this was kind of his personal weapon. The way it is built is it uses a clip here, like an evil Exoforce droid arm, then a lightsaber piece here, and then 4 of these binocular parts connected to a 5-studded brick. The minigun can also rotate by connecting a clear rod to the end of it. This is the Christmas tree cannon. It was used by one of the elves. It resembles a Christmas tree, with the starry part, goldenish area at the top where the beam comes out of. Now the way it is built is it uses one of these common blaster parts back here, and then a couple of 5-studded bricks, and then slopes on top of those 5-studded bricks, and then one of these fez pieces in gold, and then a yellow stud. And I'll take it apart now to show you a little better. This is the typical blaster piece. And this is the rest of the assembly. It's built this way, with the stud facing upwards and these slopes around it. And the same thing again, and it's connected at a 45-degree angle to give it more of a rounded shape. And then here's the fez piece with the stud. And it all connects this way. Kind of stud this way up construction. So this is, oops, this way is up, and then you insert that on the end of the barrel. This is the candy cane bazooka, and this might be my favorite weapon. It has a red scope for targeting, and a very classic bazooka shape, but also in the theme of a candy cane. And the coolest part is, it has a missile that actually comes out. This golden arrow at the end can actually be extracted. So this is what the missile looks like. And you saw this flying during the live action video. This build also uses one of the common minifigure blaster pieces. And it's built this following way. So, a white cylinder is inserted onto the end, and then a red cylinder is inserted onto the top, then another white cylinder, and then one of these arches in red with a white brick, one by one. And then all you do is put a scope on this side, the inverted side. And so if built upwards, this is what it looks like. Clancy's Painter is next. This is one of the more creative ones. It has 3 paint brushes on the end, and also a minifigure's paint mixing device. I forget what it's called. Some kind of board. I don't know. But that's what it looks like from the top. And this is built in the following way. So we use this paint mixing piece. I need to figure out what the name of that is. And because it has a bar on the end, it attaches into this piece. And looks like this. And then this part is one of these fire hose elements. And this part down here in gold is actually 2 pieces. Let's see if I can separate them. Here they are. So this is a clip like this, and this is a clip like this. And you connect these 2 clips here. And then put those onto the bottom of the blaster. And then insert paintbrushes. Then there's a stud on the back, which this connects to. This is the Snowman Machine Gun. This is one of the heavier weapons, and it was designed to stand up on its own and also resemble the snowman, with the color scheme and the orange carrot end that the bullets come out of, and then the black detailing as buttons. Now, this one's built pretty simply also. It again uses one of the 5 studded bricks at its core, right here. And then on these sides, vertical, and 2 of the sides opposing each other are black studs. In the bottom is a white cone. And then on one of the sides, you put one of these pieces, kind of rounded tops, but not round exactly, angled also. Then an orange cone. And on this side, you put a clip and then handlebars connected this way. If you don't have a clip, there are alternatives. You can use one of these pieces, the Exoforce Bad Robot Arms, and use that with the handlebars too. I'll show you what this looks like. That looks like this, which is almost the same. Or, alternatively, if you don't have the handlebar piece, you could use one of these pneumatic T-joints. And put it in like that, and have the elf hold that. You could also use the black variant for color scheme matching. Finally, here's Toby's Shield. This is built using, one of these faucet parts, and then a blue dish connected onto the top. And what this does is it lets the minifigure grab the dish in 2 places, by this handle and by this stem, and that gives it some extra posability when the minifigure holds it. Plus it matches the color, which in my opinion looks very nice. This shield is actually a sled in universe, one of those round dish pieces that you slide down a ramp on. Hopefully this video taught you something and was helpful. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.